Hey, welcome to Integrated Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. I just wanted to make a short one here today. Yesterday I put one out about standing up, or I forget, what did I call it? Fight back now? I think that's what I called it. We're down in the Ozarks. We came down here for a few days to do a couple of things. And stop by. I always bring the kids over to Silver Dollar City. Now, I say that like we do it for the kids, but I love it too. I think I probably like it better than they do. They like the rides, and I like the sitting around and the atmosphere. You know, when I talk about fighting back now, we got to think about exactly what is it that we're fighting for. What are we have the announcement there. Let me wait through this of the social distancing. So even down here, the social distancing. but what exactly is it that we're fighting for? And I tell you why I like to come down here, and then that will explain what I stand up for and what I fight for. When I come to Silver Dollar City, it's like, well, it's yesterday America, but it reminds me of when I was young. The atmosphere here is unbelievable. If you've never been here, treat yourself someday. Do come here. I know there are a lot of theme parks around the United States, but there is nothing like Silver Dollar City outside of Branson, Missouri. When you come down here, you see smiling. You see families. I don't think I've ever heard a cross word down here. I don't think I've ever heard an argument down here. What I do see a lot, I see a lot of smiles. I hear a lot of thank yous and excuse me's and sirs and ma'ams, and I see respect for kids. That's a train. I'll just give that just a second. That's a train that takes you through and shows you everything. And I see a throwback, and of course, you know, people will say it's a little hokey, but you know, people say that our values and our traditions are hokey, and they're not. They're the things that our country was built on. And you look around here, and you're going to see flags, and you're going to hear gospel music, and you are going to hear people talking about pledging allegiance and praying. And these are the foundational stones. These are the bedrocks of the things that many of us hold here and want to get back to. And they're the things that are trying to be torn away from us in this country. And we can't allow that. And how we stand against that is with everything that we do every day. And I think that we have to start paying more attention to that. The small battles. You know, we are in a heck of a war here with what's going on in our country. And a war is made up of a whole lot of battles, and you know, I know there's a lot of trite sayings about wars and battles and everything like this, but we have to stop giving up the small ones, because by ignoring the small ones, and this is kind of what I was talking about in my one yesterday about fighting back and not giving ground. We have given far too much ground. We have settled back, and we have refused to engage because we're too polite, we're too courteous, we don't want to get down in the mud and wrestle, and I understand that, but the thing is that by refusing or by avoiding engagement in all those small little skirmishes, we have given those who want to destroy our way of life, we've given them some steam. We've given them some momentum. We have not given them the pushback that we should have. And I know this isn't much of a preparedness video, and it's not meant to be. Except that we have to Well, I don't know what is a more important preparedness activity than fighting to preserve a way of life that has built the greatest nation and the greatest society that history has ever seen. So you know, we can have our bug out bags, and we can know 9 million ways to start a fire, and we can have our guns and ammo and all that kind of stuff. But if we don't win the social battles, and if we don't win the social war, there's no reason to prepare except to prepare to be able to survive in an oppressive society and under an oppressive, tyrannical system. And while it can be done, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that over on Patreon, that's no way to live, and that's not the way that we want to live. So let's all of us tune up a little bit. Let's up our games and talk to your friends and get them to understand the importance of not letting these small battles go without being engaged. And you talk to them yourselves, or if you want to send this video around and say, hey, there's some crazy guy on there that's saying we got to start getting back in the faces of these people trying to tear our country apart. However's right for you, you go ahead and do it. But we have to do it. There's no more putting it off, because if we put it off any farther, we can't fight our way out of that hole. Okay. I was happy to see. I did see a couple of videos out there of some places pushing back, of some groups coming together and going out and counter-protesting some of these idiots that are out there, and giving some pushback. And I hope to see that more. So let's see that more. If you have someplace, something going on in your area, and you know about it, go on out there and raise your voice in an opposing view. But just as importantly, and perhaps more importantly, are those daily skirmishes that we maybe have avoided in the past. Let's start getting involved, and let's start backing them up, and let's start winning this thing back, okay? Because we don't. The future ahead of us is not anything that we want to live. Okay. So anyway, that came into my mind because here I am at Silver Dollar City in southern Missouri, and this is the country the way it ought to be. So I wish you all were here. You'd be having a great time like me. And now I'm gonna get off of this and just go have a wonderful evening with the family. So I hope you all are having a great time, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.